Hello, well met again, and now for my 79th Duel Masters podcast. And today I'm going to talk about the different type of decks. So, welcome for... Okay, that is for today. Yes, create a deck. So, you probably guessed it, yes. There are many types of decks. And this really doesn't matter too much, because you play with the strategy you want. There are many types of decks. We have two main type of decks. We have one that's called a rush deck. A rush deck is when you have cards that cost like from 1 to 3 cards, and perhaps there's someone that's a bit higher cost for beat down your opponent at the end. And what it does is that you're summoning so many creatures at once. So most rush cards are from Fire and Nature Civilization. That is because they don't have blockers unless one that is in the Nature Civilization. It's also a Galaxy Vortex Evolution creature. Yeah, and no, don't care about that. But that is a powerful strategy. It's easy to beat it down if you know have, but yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. Another type of deck is it's called control. When you have a control deck, you base your deck on one strategy. You can have many strategies, but you just keep one. If you want to use cards like speed attackers, that will probably be rush. Well, no, not rush, because many speed attacks are, yeah, they cost a lot. Or if you keep it on just, well, rush is kinda control deck, but for the most they have cards that cost a bit more, cards that work well together, and they have the same strategy. You have something also called combo deck. There are many different type of combo decks, but what it does is that you have two strategies in one. That's they fit closer together. Like for example, if you put like a rush deck, for example, and you put together with a whole lot of like mana reboost, so you will get a whole lot of mana. Then you will get it even quicker, but it will take time to get the mana. And then some people will choose to use the other strategies. It depends what you think is best, that is a whole lot of stuff, and which goes in the same. And that is the main type of decks, but I also seen a whole lot of people use chance decks. They haven't. This is the name that I call it myself. It's a chance deck. You put in cards you like, and they may work together. And but then you don't put in cards like this card have effect on that race or anything, because then you have randomly cards. You can also choose civilization among them. So then that's another type of decks, that you can have a nature deck, you can have a fire deck, you can have, yeah, and etc. This is known to most of you, but there's a whole lot of people out there which doesn't know almost anything about Duel Masters. And the way of building a deck in one civilization is that you can use the mana as you want, because if you have a fire deck, they all have fire mana, and the mana works really good. And other types of decks is also something called a race deck. It's that you take a card from one race and you put it into the battle zone. That is positive in many ways. Is that this card may have something that gives rest of them extra power, so that if you just have humans, and you can also have 2 races and it will still be a race deck. Yes, perhaps if you have 3, but don't go any higher than that, and I think it loses the name. And yeah, it could be a lot more than that. Like if you have one strategy into many strategies, you can yeah, for example, I can find like a wave striker deck. That's a good idea, because wave strikers work together and only together. So if you have just wave strikers in your deck, it makes it a good deck, for example. And you can also, like, survivors was something that come early. They also work pretty good together. And but like a ninja striker deck, that's just a deck that, if you don't know what ninja striker is that you can use the ability of the card without summoning it, but then you have to put it in the bottom of a deck afterwards. That could also be a really good strategy, but it's just what you like to use, or what you think is good to use. Most people use some sort of combo deck. Because you can use so many different strategies. You have different names on the combo deck. Well, I can't take any of it. If you want to read up this more, you can go to the wiki page, duelmasters.wikia.com. This page here. That is a real good page to use, because all the information I give you, they mostly have there. I told you about a few more types than they have there. And that was everything today. I haven't started making the deck. If you have any wishes for what type of deck you want, you can put it into to the comment box below, like you would ever do that. And I'll see you next time. See you.